So in previous video, what we have seen some things. Um, we have seen some functions, but we have just studied the theory. Now we are going to revise that how to perform all these functions in R. So data type we have considered. So for example, x is equal to 1, 2, and 3. So if then suppose y is equal to, we have values like 1L, 2L. Then suppose we have a W which has the value is equal to, suppose 9 plus 5i. And suppose we have another variable which has, suppose, a value suppose we have a C variable which has a value is equal to, suppose name, suppose path. So this is, now we want to find out what is the data type that particular variable has. So I want to check that what is the data type X has, then Y, and then C. So I'll use the class command. So class in bracket, I'll mention the variable. So if I mention X, so it will show me the numeric. That means the numeric data type is present in X. Similar way, I can write it down in Y. So it will show me that there's a integers are present in Y. Then I'll do for same thing I'll do for the W. So it will show the complex number. Then for C, then it will show me the characters. Now if I create another variable which has some logical value, and suppose, so it will show me the logical values or logical operators are there. So this is about the data type. Now in next video we have seen about the conversion of types. Okay, conversion. So how to convert a type of particular data into the another type. Suppose I want to convert x, we have a numeric variable. Now I want to convert it into the integer. So what I'll do, I'll assign a new variable, suppose a, which has, and I'll use the as dot. Suppose it has a numeric, then I'll use the integer and I'll write it down which variable I want to convert, the x. Okay, in similar way, if I have an integer and I want to convert that variable into the numeric, so I'll use the command, same command, and I'll assign a new variable, suppose a1, which will have the numeric value y variable. Now we know that the data type of y variable is the integer, but now we want to convert the integers into the numeric value. So we use this as dot numeric command. So if I check the class of a, so I'll get the integer initially. And if I initially it was the numeric, but now we use the as dot integer command. So the data type of x is changed into the integer. Okay, initially it is in the numeric. Initially it is a numeric data type, but as we use the as dot integer command, it will change the data type and it changed the data type from numeric to integer. Okay, similar one for the y value. Initially the variable y has the integers value, but now we use the as dot numeric. So it will change those value into the numeric data type. So it's a numeric. So these things we have done. Now if we have a variable and we want to find out the minimum value of x, so I'll simply use the minimum function and it will give me minimum value. Then if I want to find out the maximum value, so I'll use the maximum function and it will show me the maximum value. Now suppose I have a variable which has, suppose, values like 1.5, sorry, 1.6, 4.9, okay, 3.5, and I want this value to round up in a upward direction. For example, if I have a 1.5, so I want it to be round off into this 2. Then if I have a 4.9, so I'll want this value to be round off into the 5. So in upward direction, I want to round off this variable. So what I'll do, I'll use the ceiling function, and I'll mention u here, and it will see the output 2, 5, and 4, because I have done the rounding off into the upward direction. Now I want to round off this into the downward direction. So I'll use the floor function. Floor. So it will round off this variable or vector into the downward direction. So I'll get 1, 4, 3. That means for 1.6, it consider 1. For 4.9, it consider 4. And for 3.9, it consider 3. Okay, then if I want the square root of it, then I'll use the squat function. Okay, so SQ RT, and I'll write it down U. So I'll get the square root of each number which are present in U. Okay, so these are these things we have done in previous videos. So I'll show you how to perform these videos on how to perform these functions in R. So in upcoming video, we are going to see the another topics.